Alright guys, let's install this dash camera from Vantrue. It's called the N2X, and I got the hardwired kit. It's the bundle. I got the hardwired kit for it, as well as the camera. So from the jump, what you get in the box, you got the camera, of course, 2 mounting plates, a USB to USB-C wire, a cigarette lighter to USB-C wire, and of course the mounting bracket for the camera itself, as well as 2 clear mounting pads, so in case some of you have windshield tint like I do, when you go to take it off, you can leave that white clear sticker on there and mount a cloth to wipe the windshield with. Now we're gonna open up the hardwire kit. I bought the bundle, so this came with a total for like almost just under 200 bucks. Let's get this box open and see what comes inside. So inside the hardwire kit for this, you get a couple fuse taps. You get the hardwire kit. On one end you have USB-C, one end you have, USB-C. On one end you have the ground, accessory, and straight battery. It also gives you a book on what goes what and what is for what, as well as these wires are labeled. Now, hardwire kit versus just plugging it into your normal cigarette lighter. If you look closely, let's see if this focus, you got a little switch. This box here is supposed to detect if the battery goes below 11.6 volts. Right now is what it's set on. 11.6 volts. If the battery goes below 11.6 volts, the camera itself will turn off and it won't record. It's a safety feature, and that's what I like the most, which is why I like buying the hardwire kit for these things, because it's a safety concern. I don't want my battery to drain, as well as it gives me parking monitoring 24/7. So let's get started with the install. You want to find your interior fuse box. For me, on my single cab F-150, right here, my interior fuse box lands in the passenger side kick panel, just behind us. Now, I already have a couple wires coming out from here. As you can see, it's a little jerry-rigged, but I know that this fuse down here, that yellow 20 ampere, if you could focus on that. Let's see, no focus. That little 20 ampere right there, I know is ignition switch. Now, I have to find the battery powered one, and I have to use the corresponding fuse tabs to get that to work. Okay, so to find a fuse, if it's accessory versus battery, you want to use either a multimeter or a power probe. A power probe is easier. If you're a mechanic, you probably have one. A multimeter is a little bit difficult, but if you don't understand them, it's difficult. So of course, when you're on 20, you want to put your multimeter on voltage. This is a little multimeter from Harbor Freight. 10 amp DC. You got volts, ohms, and milliamps here. And then I have it set to 20 DC volts. So you want to be able to test down where your fuse panel is. You got to test the fuse and see which one gives you 0 and which one gives you a volt. Of course, you're gonna have to put the black lead on the ground, and then you'll have to put the red lead on the fuse itself. So I'm gonna find that, and then we'll go from there. All right. Okay, so my yellow wire is going to an accessory fuse, and then my red wire is going to a battery fuse. Battery fuse is one that is constant, and then my ground is, of course, at my ground. I know it looks like a fish nest, but it is what it is with all the room that I have being huge. So let's get started. Alright, so I ran the wires from the fuse box up into my A-pillar, all the way up, the complete pillar, to where the headliner meets the pillar plastic piece. And then we ran the wire continuing across the windshield where you still cannot see no wires, down from here into the Nexus, the N2X. So this is what it looks like mounted and on. I still need to put an SD card in it, but I have it connected to my phone now, which I'll show you in a second. Well, it's a very clean setup. Like the camera, it's got inside and out. This is what it looks like on your phone. You have, of course, your front view and then your cabinet view. Yeah, and that's the setup for Hardwired N2X. Thank you.